Hello everyone, today I'm going to be going over how to create an assignment in Google Classroom. So from my classes page, I'm going to go into one of my old Google Classrooms here. Here we have our stream, which we've talked about. The stream is where you can have your students see all the list of assignments or any announcements that you post. But to create an assignment, we're going to go underneath of classwork. So up here at the top, we're going to click the plus create button, and you have the option to create an assignment, a quiz assignment, a question, a material, or reuse a post. So just a little bit about each of these things. An assignment is something that you would want to grade or assign a grade to. The students are going to have to click turn in when they are complete, and that's how you'll know that they are ready to be graded. It's also the same as a quiz assignment. The quiz assignment is automatically going to create a Google form for you, so I wouldn't pay too much attention to this one. Next is a question. So the question, you can post something to the entire class and they can respond to it. I used this when I polled my students to see if they would rather do digital homework or paper homework. A material is something that you might not necessarily grade. So for example, if you had like a link to a YouTube video that you wanted them to watch, you could post that as a material. The main difference between the material and the assignment is that this is going to say mark as done instead of turn in. So the students wouldn't actually turn this in and you wouldn't be able to give it a grade. Reuse post is really helpful if you are posting the same assignment in multiple classrooms. We'll talk about that in a different video. And then last is topic. This is how you can create these subheadings. So as you can see on mine, I have it organized by week. Each of these topics then I created by clicking that create button and topic, and then I'm able to create a subheading. So that is how we can create a new subheading where assignments then can be stored underneath. This is a really good organizational tool. So now to create the assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and click that again and click assignment. So assignments can be pulled from your Google Drive. They can be pulled from your files on your computer. They can be links to outside websites. So if you use, for example, Khan Academy for math work, you can add in the link to the Khan Academy assignment. You can also add videos or plenty of other things. I typically would use my Drive or my files, but it's totally up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Drive just to show you. And I'm going to go down to question of the day. So here now we have a few different things. We have students can view file, students can edit file, and make a copy for each student. So if you're posting something that you want the students to be able to read but not edit, then you're going to choose this first one. If you're posting something where all of the students are going to collaborate together, you're going to click Students Can Edit File. So this is going to give one copy of that file and all the students will be able to write on the same copy. This is really cool if you're doing like a jigsaw activity. Students can each have like a slide assigned to them in a Google slide, and then it would all be combined into one Google slide together. I typically would use make a copy for each student though. That's going to give all of your students their own copy of whatever it is that you're posting. So we can give this an assignment name and then directions. And then over here we have some settings. So if you're doing like differentiated assignments, here's where you can choose which students get the assignments. And here's where you can choose which class gets the assignment. You can create or assign how many points it's going to be and the due date. So the due date is helpful for the teacher because if a student turns something in past the due date, you'll get an email notification saying so-and-so turned this in 2 days late. This was helpful for me because sometimes there's a lot of students to keep track of when they're turning things in. So getting that email notification when something was turned in late was helpful. So we'll click a due date, and then the topic is where you're going to make it go underneath of your heading. So our heading was called test subheading. So I'm going to click that as the topic so that this assignment goes underneath of that heading. Okay, so now here's where we can assign it. If you click assign here, it's going to automatically show and notify the students that an assignment has been posted, which is fine, but I prefer to schedule the assignments. So when you're creating your things, maybe like at the beginning of the week, you can schedule all of your assignments to go out when you want them to. That way you don't have to do this each morning. So to click to schedule, you're going to click the date that you want it to show up for the students and the time you want it to show up for the students. So once you've selected those, you can go ahead and click schedule. Now you're still going to be able to see this assignment and make any changes to it that you want. However, the students won't be able to see it until your scheduled time hits. So that is how you can create and schedule assignments in Google Classroom.